My name is Brandy Davis, and this is my life story. I basically decided to do this because I was having a lot of issues in my life. But let's start with the fact that I have post-traumatic stress disorder, which I have due to the fact that I was sexually, emotionally, mentally, and religiously abused as a child. All of those will be covered in this vlog on occasion from time to time. I am a felon. I like to tell people that all fast. It changes the way some people see me. Some people hear the story and they're like, oh, okay. Other people, they hear the word felon and they run away screaming, which I understand. For legal reasons, I don't believe I'm allowed to talk about the specific incidents that led to me becoming a felon. However, I will say that I injured someone during a psychotic break that was related to my PTSD that led me to prison, which led to my formal diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder. Previously, I had been diagnosed with many things, but never PTSD. I had been misdiagnosed for years, which inhibited me from getting the treatment that I needed. I'm also a nerd fighter. I found Nerd Fighteria a couple of years ago, and being a nerd fighter gives me a sense of purpose. The overall idea being to decrease world sucks. And I will agree that the world sucks. I want to decrease that world suck. I want to make the world a more awesome place. I want to make it an awesome place for everyone. But specifically animals, children, people with mental health issues, the elderly. I'm a big advocate for animal rights, children's rights, women's rights, LGBTQI rights, whatever the initialism for the gay and lesbian group is these days. I am transsexual, which means I don't differentiate between gender when it comes to dating. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, a trans man, a trans woman, in between, non-gender, cisgender, doesn't matter to me. I care about who someone is. I am married. I have not quite been married a year. My husband is the most awesome person I've probably ever met in my life. He is fully aware of my past. Recently, I made several members of his family fully aware of my past. And, they accepted me. So, that's awesome. Recently, I started having a lot of flashbacks. I had been in therapy in some form or another since landing in jail. I'm currently not in therapy because I was doing so well. And so my husband suggested that I do this. I had talked about writing a book about my life for quite some time. I never got around to doing it. Takes a lot of time. I don't really have the time to sit down and do it. It's a lot easier than 20 minutes talking to a camera than, 5 hours typing at a computer. So this is basically my book in vlog form. Forewarning, I will be talking about the abuse that I suffered. I will be talking about domestic violence, sexual abuse, rape, physical abuse, torture. And these things can be difficult. they can, trigger a person. So all of my videos come with a very strong trigger warning. I will be talking about my past. My past is not pretty. So just be warned. A little bit about me is it is not related to my abuse. I am a psych student. I graduate in August with a degree in psychology. I'm focusing my degree on addictions. I want to be an addiction specialist. I want to go all the way up to a doctorate and specialize in addiction. I'm extremely interested in addiction. I'm also extremely interested in post-traumatic stress disorder. Being that I have post-traumatic stress disorder, it's kind of hard for me to be objective about it. Addiction runs in my family. My father is an alcoholic. My brother is addicted to crack cocaine. I do not know my birth mother very well. I have met her. I used to have a relationship with her. I have not had a relationship with her in quite some time. So, whether or not she falls into any addictions is something that I do not know. I do know that many of my father's siblings were addicts. My grandfather, who adopted my father on his side of the family, was an addict. He was also apparently a rapist who raped his daughters, abusive. So dysfunction runs in my family. My brother is currently incarcerated due to crimes he committed that are related to his addiction. He steals things. This time he ran over an individual or hit an individual with his car in the process of making a drug deal. The drug deal does not go well. Therefore, a thing ensues, like a altercation, and a man was dragged behind my father's car that my brother was driving. I have 3 nephews that I love, that I am not in contact with currently. I helped to raise the youngest. I was very close to the middle. The oldest one has some psychological issues that it breaks my heart to see. But I'm not in a position to help him right now, because right now, due to the very recent events that have transpired in my life, I am not in much of a position to help anyone. My father is very sick. He and I became close after I got out of prison, and he has some frontal lobe damage from a series of strokes that he suffered. He's not supposed to drink because of him. He's not supposed to do a lot of things because of him, but he's not supposed to drink because of him. He went through withdrawal symptoms in the hospital, and he's definitely an alcoholic. And he started drinking excessively. I moved in with him to care for him when he got out of the hospital the last time. He started drinking excessively. It put a strain on my mental health. He almost ran over my youngest nephew. I say it was with the lawnmower. I think my husband said that it was with the tractor, but his lawnmower is quite large. His tractor is a small farm tractor. So who knows which one it was. But I do know that he did almost run over him. I witnessed it. My husband witnessed it. When I confronted my father about this, he said some horrible things to me. I said some horrible things back to him. And some of the things that he said to me were true. Everything I said to him. He moved me from his house. Child protective service became involved. neighbors became involved. They took custody, physical custody of my nephew for a time. And I have no relationship with my father currently. And he has expressed that he does not want me to have any contact with my 5-year-old nephew. It breaks my heart because I love that kid like he was my own. However, currently, there's nothing else I can do about it. So, I don't have a father anymore. I don't know if I'm going to have a brother anymore. My father will probably pass away in the not too distant future. He's sick. He's older than his years. And it will break my heart when this happens. That you can't force someone to be in your life and you can't force someone to love you. So, I do believe that he loves me. I just believe that he's sick. And I don't believe that the sickness is just from his artery issues, his that have caused him strokes, or his heart issues. Basically, I don't think they're just from his physical health. I think they're related to his mental health. But we'll get on to all that another time. But basically, this is my blog, or vlog, which I don't think people really do anymore. And all about my life story. There's drugs, sex, violence, rock and roll music. It's got everything the Hollywood story could ask for. Although I would never sell the rights to my story to Hollywood. I don't want to be a movie. I'm also scared if you'd play me in a movie. One thing that I've learned over the course of my life is there are no villains and there are no heroes. While I may be the hero in my own life, because I survived everything that I've been put through, and I've made it to this point where I'm stable and I'm in a good, healthy relationship, and I'm pursuing my education. Everything, in my close personal life is going correctly, even though all of that makes me the hero in my own story. I'm the villain in someone else's. And the villains in my story are likely to be the heroes to someone else. Because life is not black and white. We are all shades of gray. I do not mean to make a pun about that stupid book. But it's all shades of gray. And this is my made for TV movie kind of life. Because I've seen made for TV movies based on true events that are not nearly as shocking as all of the things that have happened in my own personal life. So that's it. I'm going to update one of these every day. I'm going to upload one of these every day. I'll just put that there. And I will see everyone tomorrow.